back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert here with Will Townsley, Brother Will. And we're talking about our collaboration. We've done a number, I think 6 documentaries we said at the beginning of this. And within that, there's a lot of different kinds of things. There's the score, the composition, but there's also songs we do. These are different things that require different skill sets, and yet like you said, you feel spoiled working with me. I feel absolutely honored and spoiled working with you because I don't have a classical musical background. I don't have musical training. I got my lovely, my piano back here. I'm self-taught. Same with the guitar. I got a couple lessons. I know just enough to be dangerous. I'm no player. I don't get on stage. I mean, I've rarely done it dangerously. Same with my singing. I love singing, but it's not like my forte, right? I've been in some musicals and whatever, but there's enough there to where you and we speak about this at a different level. And that's the language, which I tell you, at some point, maybe, I don't know, we could do a lot on this. How is it we speak music to each other that allows us to create the way we do, in your opinion?
That is a great question.
Mm.
Um, I don't, I can maybe speak for the way you and I communicate because um, that you do have a knowledge, but more importantly, you know what kind of emotion you want to evoke. And just the last project we were working on,
Mm.
it's for me when I dive into something like that, it's forest for the trees sometimes, and you're like, no, 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 wait, I see it this way, and then it's like, it opens up, and you knew the idea, you knew how to convey that idea. I was recently on a panel for a film festival here in Fort Worth, and the discussion was how do directors communicate, and it's really about conveying the emotion. And I think most people undersell themselves about how to do that. I think they can use words to do that. They can use movement. Conversations that I've had with you when during spotting sessions, when you're talking about a certain scene, I'll notice your hands doing this or something. I'm like, this, he's excited about this. I got to take note of this. This needs to be a little bit uplifting. This needs to be this, or I'll hear some solemnity in your voice. And sometimes, and the hard calls are, how to produce all that and how to make it into a tangible form. That's the hard part. But I think coming up with the ideas, especially in a collaborative environment, um, I think most people are capable of it. I think with our working relationship, I really read you well, and you really convey, and especially with your musical background, um, it helps.
You know, well, it sounds to me, and I know it from experience, like one of the tools you use is your listening skills. You're a good listener. You're not there just to say, give it to me and let me run off in the corner and do what I do. You're really picking up more than just the words, more than the notes or even the song I've given you. You're picking up me. And so one of the ways we work well together, based on what I'm hearing you say and what I feel too, is our relationship. There's a trust, there's love. I mean, flat out, I love
Oh,
you. And you know, we couldn't do as intimate of a project as Boys of Summer, which is, of course, the story of my dad and my, journey into Parkinson's, without having that foundation. I mean, you knowing Chris and knowing my parents has allowed you to jump in at a deeper level. And something else we've explored really deeply that we share is our own families. I mean, you brought forth your kids, and I brought forth my kids. We've talked about, I mean, this latest project, as you mentioned, Dad was here. We both, of course, experience with our fathers, but also the experience of being fathers. And that's the generational past that I'm feeling in so many ways right now. As my kids are teens now, and I mean yours are off at, running into the world now. So I'm going to leave that. It's too big a thing to put on because we're about to run at 5 minutes, but I just want to tease that out to say again, thank you for going on this journey with me, and I look forward to more of it.
Well, thank you. I want your viewers to know that, what started out, and again, your sister being a common thread, but, I really feel like I have a very kindred friendship with you, and I'm grateful for that friendship. And thank you for always supporting me and thinking of me.
You bet. All right, we're going to come back and we're going to, you know what? We're going to walk through Boys of Summer. We're going to take it back to the beginning. Let's go ahead and walk them through. We'll see how long this takes us. See you in a minute.